This
Everyone.
conference will now be recorded.
So today we are going to discuss about migrating the data to test instance. So what is test instance? Why should we migrate our data to test instance? And so far we have discussed about the performance issues and how to manage the work. And within the Jira we have made all the troubleshooting steps, like the troubleshooting in terms of password related issues, global transitions, and everything. So we are good with everything as of now. Now, why are we going to do the same thing in a test instance? First of all, what is test instance? So in real time, so when it comes to real time, all of a sudden, one bug came and then the migration. So one bug came and my production instance. So this is my production instance. So this production is down, or else like I lost some data in this particular thing, or else like someone deleted a huge amount of data. Unfortunately, someone got access and then he deleted some data, or else couple of configurations has been changed. In that case, how to recover all those things? In that case, so usually in when you go to any real-time scenarios, if you go to any company, so there will be a replica of this server. Replica of this server is nothing but replica of the data whatever we have in our projects. So here, what how to take the replica? We already discussed about importing the data and then exporting the data. So today what we are going to do is we are doing performing the same steps, but from one instance to another instance. So here, this is my one mission, one Windows 10 mission, and then we have installed the data center, and then we are accessing the data center in this particular location. Now, in real times, when it comes to the real time, they will create multiple instances, so only one will be into the production. However, like the same, we will be having multiple instances. Let's take an example of multiple instances. Means like one is for testing, like whenever I'm just trying to create a workflow and then I wanted to use that workflow for 10 projects. However, if I made any mistake to that particular workflow, or else if that workflow is not working and I have implemented the change in the production environment, so all those 10 projects will get affected because of this particular workflow. At that particular time, the production will be down and no one will able to work on their work tickets, and then no one will able to perform their uh, work. That's one challenge. Other one is, if you made any changes to the custom fields, or if you are adding any custom fields without any testing, in that case, how will you get to know how that custom field will work? So these are all the basic, and then the avoiding the higher escalations. Like if some, for suppose, let's take an example of the workflow or a custom field or any new project that we created, and then we are doing the configuration changes. So whenever we are doing it, all of a sudden, because of a small mistake, all the entire instance or entire project gets corrupted. In that case, we will be the point of contact to for that reason, and we are the only ones have to resolve these issues. So how to resolve that issues? Since we are doing it in the production, there is no other option to resolve it. So to avoid this kind of challenges in real time, what they will do is they will have multiple instances. So here we have localhost 8080. This is our localhost-8080. This is our production. In real time, it will be like Atlassian dot something, Atlassian dot Jira. Let's take an example. This is our Atlassian.jira.com is our uh, production instance. So for this one, we will be having multiple test instances. So before performing any action into this server, this is the production server. Before performing this, we will be having multiple instances. So a couple of companies call it as test instance, and few people will call it as QA, quality analysis instance. Couple of people will call it as dev instance. and in few companies they will call it as staging. So these are all the replicas of this production, whatever the data we have here. So what we will do is we will take the complete backup of this data, including everything, and then we will paste it in, like we will copy it in any one of the following instances. So all the instances are same. However, in multiple companies they'll call it as test instance, multiple companies they'll call it as a QA instance, dev instance, staging instance, and all. So now we got to know why we should use the test instance and then what is the uses of it. So the first one, in order to perform this one, migrating the data to the test instance, what is the first step or the first advantage is the data security. Why data security? Which means all of a sudden my production instance, couple of projects, I lost couple of projects or someone deleted few projects. If I have the backup of all this data in any one of the following instances, in that case I can retrieve the data and then put it back into the production. But how often I can do that? The first thing is, in any production based companies we will do it on once or twice in 30 days. Okay, so they will take the copy of this complete one and then they'll put it in any one of the following instances. So whenever you have any challenge in this production, then automatically you can get the data from here and then you can put it back into the production, so that your production will be fine and there won't be any challenges. This is nothing but data security. If you lost your data also, if you are maintaining the test instance with the same data what is there in the production, then you can get it back from the test instances. So that is nothing but the data security. The second point, in order to perform this one, migrating the data, so we are using this one is a production localhost -8080. In real time we can call it as @and .0 dot something, or else your company name .0 dot something or anything. Okay, this is the production and this is the test instance. What I will do now, this is the version, which version we are using, 8.19.1 version. Now I have to use the same version in any one of the following instances in order to perform this activity. Okay, so this production and then the test instance are the any one of the following instances should be in the same version to perform this migration. So that's another point, and then this is very important when we are doing this kind of migrations. Sometimes we will upgrade our test instance to the latest version to verify how things are going on and all, and we forgot to do that in the production. Okay, so if in case you're taking the backup of it one and then you are trying to retrieve the data, you're trying to migrate the data from production, make sure that the production and then the test instance should be in the same version. Okay, so two Jira instances in same version. Okay, or both production and test Jira instances would be same version. That's another point. The next thing, before we perform, okay, this is the these parts we got to know. Now currently we are in the production, and guys, I lost the complete access of my production server yesterday. So that's the reason I have created a new server today, and then in this new server I have created only two projects. Okay, so let me show you the projects as well here. So if you are not seeing the data which we are seeing in the previous classes, means that server completely corrupted. So I'm using in the Azure, I lost the access for the Azure and it got deactivated. So that's why this is a new Azure account, and then everything I have configured newly here, and I'm just showing it to you. Okay, that's why you will not see the previous data what we have. So if I open up my projects, now the projects are getting opened. I have created only two projects. You can see those two projects, sample Kanban and then sample project. And then this is the version I am using is 8.19.1, which is the latest version. Okay, now we have checked. Next thing, how is our Jira instance? So we know in order to verify it, we have to go to the system, go it in the Google Chrome, system, under the system. So we already know this integrity check. Integrity check is nothing but Jira health check. So we are using this version and we have to verify, do we have any error messages in our instance. So in some cases in real time you will face couple of challenges with this workflow. So that is nothing but workflows will not get populated. In that case, again you come here and then do it. So what we are doing now, we are moving all the data from this instance to a new instance. The new instance is I have created in a new virtual machine. I will open up that virtual machine and then I will show you as well. So I will check. Okay, there is a duplicate permission. Check the permissions are not duplicated. What I will do, I will click this option and then I can click on fix so that this error will get resolved. Now no error messages. If I click on integrity check, I can perform that integrity check again to verify everything is working fine or not. Just now I got an error message. Now that error message was not there. No errors were found. So my system is healthy now. My instance is completely healthy. So a few minutes back, this mission has couple of this instance has a one error message with duplicate permission. That I have fixed it by using this integrity health checker. Now this instance with all the data is very clear and there is no errors at all. So this is the next activity item we have to perform. That is nothing but Jira health check. The next option. So we have performed it and everything is up and run. So no issues at all. Simply we can take the backup. How to take the backup? I can come here. There is an option called backup data, backup system. Okay. I can come here, backup system. I'll take the backup as test backup or I will make it as dev instance. Dev instance backup. When I click on it, this one will get created in this particular location. So let me go to this location and we know how to take this backup and all. We have discussed 2 to 3 times about it. This PC, C, Windows program files, Atlassian, application data, Jira. Under the exports folder, now I can see here, this is the backup. So what is this backup? This backup will have only the XML file. If I open it up, I can see the XML files. These two are XML documents. In these XML documents, what we will get is just the issue related stuff and then username related stuff. And what about the attachments? What about the avatars? What about the logos? If at all we have plugins installed in this production instance, I wanted to move that plugins also to my test instance. So how to do that? So now I have the backup. I will take this one, I'll copy it and then I'll put it in a safe location. So first things first. Okay, now backup done, and then I'll go to this one, documents, desktop. In my desktop I just named it as backup. Okay, I'm just pasting it directly. Dev instance backup will be there in the safe location, that is on desktop I have created. The next thing, in this particular backup we have only limited data, that is the XML data. In XML data we will be having the information about our projects, about our login activities, and then about the issues. How about the attachments? Let's take an example of, if I'm going back to my same location, see program files, Atlassian, application data, Jira. Here I can see that there is logos. So since we don't have any logos for this one, I cannot see anything. If at all, if I have added any logo, I can see that logos here. Apart from that, if at all we have any plugins, so these are all predefined plugins. I want the same plugin information in my new test instance as well. What we can do, how to get that information, and also the attachments, where I can see that attachments under the data, I can see these attachments. So since we don't have any attachments, what I will do is I will go to my project, any one of the project. I will add some attachments, I will add one logo, and I will add some plugins. Okay, now if I go here, more, attach file. So for this skp1, I'm just attaching a file. Okay, I'm just attaching this file. Let's see, do we have that file attached or not? Okay, chrome setup.exe has been attached. So, and we can see that now we have one attachment in this project. I wanted to move that attachment. Attachments will not be available in XML format. So the attachments will be in backend. The attachments will be under C, program files, Atlassian, application data, Jira. Under Jira, we have a folder called data. So this is the location where we have all that information called attachments. If you have, we just added one attachment in the SKP project. That's why I can see a name called SKP with, I see a folder called SKP. If I open it, I can see one folder. This is SKP1, that is the issue. In this one, we have that attachment file, that is 1013 KB file. Now I can see that this is the attachment which is already available. Okay, like that in real time scenarios we have hundreds of attachments, and all that attachment should be migrated. That is also optional. If you want this data, attachments data, in your test instance, then only take the backup. If you don't want, then it is not required at all, but it is recommended to take the backup of this data with attachments, logos, and then plugins. So these are the three important folders that we need to take the backup. So what I will do is I will simply copy, copy, copy. So under plugins also we don't have any plugins. Let's go to the plugin section. So we have added one attachment. Now I can see that attachment, manage apps. When I click on manage apps, I can see that whatever the apps installed in my instance, I can see that. So I'm just going to click on find new apps, and then what I will do is I will install one app, any one app, and then we'll see is that app information will be visible in the backend as backend or not. So if it will be there in the backend, then we can take the copy of that backend data and then we can put it in the test instance. And how to put it in the test instance? It's just a single click. But before that, what are all the information we need to take? I'm just explaining you about that. All right, now I can see that these are all the apps. Now what I will do is I will install this one app, JSC automation suite. Now it is getting installed. So once it is installed, in the back end you can see that information under the plugin folder. So this is under the installed plugins. These are all the plugins, and then we have installed one more plugin. You can find that plugin as well, JSU plugin. Once we get activated, it will be shown here. So the reason why I'm telling you to copy this backup means take a backup of the plugins means. So in real time, if you purchase the license of it, continue with Google. Okay. Okay. I'm just trying to generate the license. In order to generate the license, I just logged in with Google account. So I have read the agreement, generate license for JSU automation suite and Jira workflow data center. So This is the license I got. Apply license. When I click on apply license, this license will get applied to that instance. Sometimes it is asking us to restart or relog into your instance. So simply you just log out and log in back to your Jira and then try the same. It will work. And also whenever we made this kind of changes, you see that we recommend you to perform a reindex. So if at all you get this error message, it is recommended to do. And also if you see here JSE automation, oh no, which means like unable to complete an app license. Okay, so simply you can do, you are getting the error messages also, the same kind of error messages we will get in real time as well. So what we can do is simply log out and log in back. Okay, now I logged in. What I will do is I will go to the same location and then I'll generate the license. Admin and password is password. I'll go to the manage app section. Okay, so here I can see that this is my app that we just installed. If I click here, click on free trial. Once you click on free trial, it will redirect to get the license. Generate license by click on get license. Okay, generate license. So you can do two things. Either you can copy it and then paste it, or automatically the system will ask us to apply. So you can do any one of the following. So I just clicked on apply license. Okay, now we got this one as licensed. If suppose under this particular add-on, by using this add-on we can use couple of conditions, validators, post functions, right? In our previous classes we have done. So where that information will get stored, that information will be stored in the backend on plugin section. So whenever we are using any plugin and then we apply any conditions, those conditions will be available here. So installed app information, Jira software applications, and then installed plugins. You can see that these are the plugins that has been installed. So under this one, you can see team managed. Yeah, Jira Suite utilities. This is the one JSU file. This is the JSU plugin that we have installed. And then there are any other packages it gets included. It will get included over this particular folder. So when we are migrating the data to the other instance, if at all there is some information which is saved in this particular location and we want that data as well in our new instance, in that case we can copy it. So what I will do, whatever the data, that is one is in, again I'm going to this PC, C, program files, Atlassian, application data, Jira. So under the data folder, we have the attachments. Under the plugin folder, we have the plugin information. Under the logos, if yesterday or day before yesterday, we have changed the logo to lace. If in case you in your company, or if you are working in any organization, you have your own logos that you are using. In that case, you need to copy this information, and then what I will do, copy it, and then for now I am putting it in the desktop, and then I will open up the dev instance in this mission only, and then we'll see. So the desktop. Okay, I'm just pasting it. Now the data will be pasted here. Logos, plugins, and attachments. So this one will hardly take 2 or 3 minutes. That's okay. That's okay. In the meantime, let me. Okay. Now I just created another virtual mission in Azure, and this is that virtual mission. If I open it, let me open it. In real time also, production will be in a different instance, test instance will be in a different location. So that's the same thing. I'm just trying to open it here. If I click on connect, okay, now I logged into another mission. Now you see here, this is another mission. In this mission, if I open up this Jira, let's take an example of this is my dev instance. So my dev instance is in a different location, and this is the test project which is there in it. If I go up, view all projects, this is the test. So this is my old data. So I have took the backup and then I have replicated. This is my old instance. I minimize it. Okay, now you can see here there are two. One is Jira-1 with a different IP address from Azure. The other one is in my desktop. Okay, now there are two. If in case, if I go here and view all projects and I can see only one project, okay, and what I wanted to do, I wanted to take the backup of this complete instance into the test instance. So I need to move the information. what should I do? It's very simple. Let me maximize this window. And I can go to this dev instance location. In the left side, I see that this is my production. Right side, I see that it's a test instance. I'm just going to copy it from here and then I'll paste it over there. But when it comes to the real time, you'll be having a secured folder, shared drive access. You can put it over there and then you can access it from there. Paste. Okay. From production, we took all the information what we want and then we are pasting it in the dev instance first. Once we get it in the dev, after that what I will do is I will import this data from this location to my Jira instance. That's it, done. Once we perform that step, we are done with our work. We will be able to access our Jira with the actual data which is there in the production. So let it get copied. So it will take a little time. Once the copying is done, I will show you how to import. Guys, any questions so far? Just wait for a few minutes. So you can see here it is taking time. Since in our instance we have very less data, however we are doing it in the cloud, so that's why it is copying the data from one cloud to other cloud. So that's why it is taking time, but don't worry, it is not going to take more than 5-10 minutes. Okay, when it comes to the real time, so it is not recommended to copy it like this. It is always recommended to go with the shared drive so that it is easy to copy it and then download and then paste all those things. So shared drive access, you will get it from the administration team. No need to worry about all those things. Oh, plugin data is taking long time. Okay, I just canceled it since the plugin data is taking very long time. What I will do is I will do it one by one. First, Okay, dev instance has been copied successfully. The next thing is I'm just taking the data folder. In data we have the attachments and all. Copy and then put it here. Okay, data has been copied. The next one is logo. Since we don't have anything, it will take very less time only. Okay, logos is also done. Let me see how much data is there in the plugins. 352 MB. Okay, that's why it is taking time. Copy, and then I'm just trying to put the plugin information as well. Let's see how much time it will take this time. And also remember guys, if whatever the data we have taken, if you have the data, in some cases if your entire server is also down and you want to retrieve it or you wanted to create a new thing, by using this data you can create the same instance without even a single mistake. Okay, so you can convert your test instance into the production also by using this data. So in some cases, like if the production is completely down or couple of data is completely corrupted, if someone deleted any data, by using that this data, whatever the data we took the backup, by using this data we can retrieve this entire instance without even a single mistake, without any challenges. We can retrieve it and then we can create our own server as well. So that much of importance we have these particular folders. And also if you are going for any interviews, maybe they may ask this kind of questions as well. So it is recommended to practice it from your end as well once, then only you'll get to know what is the use of that particular folder. Okay, okay, let it get copied. In the meantime we can move the dev instance. So this is the backup file. This is the dev instance backup is our backup file. Where to move this file? This we took the backup and then we have pasted it here in the dev instance. Now if I go to this dev instance, and this is my dev instance, in my production instance I see that sample project and sample kanban project. Here I see that test instance. What I will do, I will come click on this location, system, password is password, and then I logged in. Here we have an option called so in our previous mission we took the backup. Here I can see that restore option. What I can do, I can simply click on restore system and then I can restore the data. But in order to restore it, this file, where should this file located? We just took the backup of one file and then we pasted in our desktop. That file should be available in our actual location of our mission. So This plugin data is taking very long time. Let's see, it is taking less only now. 60% is already done. It's almost done, guys. Just few more minutes. Then only I can show you the folder, location, everything. Okay, this data has been copied. Now we have the data, all the data in our instance. The first thing is dev instance backup. So this one, I'm just copying it, and then I'm going to this PC. In this PC also same, we have the same location, same folder. What I will do, see, program files, Atlassian, application data, Jira, import. I will use this option, and then I just imported it. I just clicked on this one. If you come here in this particular location also, see program files data Jira. Okay, no, you can see this. Enter the file name to restore the data. File will be loaded from C program files Atlassian application data Jira import. So we took the backup from our production instance, and then we are putting that backup file in our dev instance import location. So that's the thing we just now did. Okay, under the import location we have done that. Apart from that, and we took the backup of plugins, logos and data. So if I open up the data attachments, there is nothing, it's a blank folder. Okay, now what I will do is, see Atlassian application data. I will go to that particular location, application data, and then Jira. Okay, and here I'm going to the desktop. In desktop we have this folder. Under that folder we have the data. What I will do is, I will copy this data, and then I will paste it. Once you click on paste, it will ask us to overwrite the existing one. Okay, replace the file in the destination. So the destination has 160 files with the same name. I'm just trying to replace the files. Okay, that's it. The files which gets replaced in the data. The same thing I'm doing it for logos. Copy and then paste. Logos, since there is nothing in the logos, both are done. Plugins, paste. Okay, replace the file in the destination location. So what we just did, we are just overwriting the data in our dev instances. So the data has been overwritten. So we have all this data, whatever the backup we have taken, that data is available in our dev instance. Now what I will do, I will take the name of it. Okay, the file name is dev instance backup.zip, and then outgoing mail server is disabled, and the license option, if it is not required, it is not required. In some cases, if you wanted to get the license as well from production to production, or you are moving the entire instance from one server to another server, in that cases you can use it. But most of the cases, 99%, no one will use it. I'm just clicking on restore. Now when I click on restore, whatever the data which is there in my production, that entire data will be moved to dev instance. And then we see one project called test. That project test will be removed. And then we have two projects in the production. Those two projects will get updated here. Let's see once it is done. And also we have one plugin also, JSU plugin, and we'll see whether that plugin is also available here or not. And in this case, whatever the thing that we have discussed for the entire instance to instance. So there are one more chance as well. The chance is, like, I wanted to import only one project. I will show you that scenario as well. It is restoring, it is taking time. Okay, upgrading the data to the latest version. Seems to be it's almost done. Reindexing the data, 96%. Okay, your import has been successful. You have been logged out as a result of your import, and any automatic login has been also been stopped. Login again. If I click on login, I can use the same credentials to login. And then now what data I can see is whatever the data which is there in the production, I can see the same data here. This is how we will take the backups. We will take the backup and then we will use it. And if in case someone is asking us to make the change of a workflow, I can come here, I can do the changes, and I can do anything here. because no one is using this test instance. Only we as a Jira administrators will be using it for our testing purpose. Once our test cases are done, once we have identified, once we are done with the requirement, after that we find the solution, we can simply replicate the solution in the production instance to avoid any kind of challenges. Okay, logging in. Okay, now you can see here, initially few minutes back, we have seen one project called test. Let's see, are we able to see that project? You can see only two projects, sample Kanban and sample project. These two projects are there from the production. If I come like this, okay, okay. So I can see here sample Kanban and sample project, and I'm just opening the production instance. If I go to my project section, view all projects, I can see only the projects. These two projects only we took the backup. And if suppose we have all the data, now we took this one, and this is the same data which is there in this dev instance as well. Okay, now in other case, all of a sudden I have created a new project here. Create project. After backup, I have given this name as after backup. Okay, this project is created. We have copied all the data from our test instance, from our production to test instance, and then now we got one more project. I wanted to copy this project only one project. In this case, how to do that? That's another option. So in these scenarios, we have couple of plugins as well, which is available in the market. Whatever the action items that we have done it everything in the manual. However, the same options will be there in the plugins. The first plugin is project configurator. I can install that plugin for you and then I can show you. Okay, so now the data is there. If you wanted to see the database statistics, you can come here, system, password is password, and then the same thing I need to come here. Password is password. Okay, I'll go to the system info. Here also I'll go to the system info, and then we can see the database statistics. It should be the same. So just now we created one more project. So maybe we will see the new project. I forgot to show you before it. So here you can see the two projects, and here we can see only three. Here the project section is 2, and then here the project section is 3. So just now we created one more project. That's why I forgot to show you before creating the project. We should see. But if you practice it, you can see and validate it. Okay. So both information should be the same. Whatever the database statistics in production will be the same in our test instance as well. Okay, then only you can confirm, okay, we have successfully migrated all the data. Now we got one more project here in our instance. We just created one more project, and I wanted to move only that project data. Let's see whether do we have that option available or not. Here I'm in the system. So a few minutes back we just took the import and export. Project import, I can see project import. Export project, I do not see an option called export a project. How to export only one project data? If I click on project import, I can get that file. That's a zip file from this location, and then I can import it. However, I don't have any file to export. If this is our production instance and I have created one new project, I wanted to take the backup of that project called after backup project. How to take the backup means, there is couple of add-ons which is available in the marketplace. What I'm going to do is I'm going to install one add-on called project configurator. So the second option you can see here, the project configurator for Jira. So what is this one? The project configurator makes handling changes in Jira easy. Use it to test, configure, and data changes staging server before they go live, or split the duplicate Jira projects and configurations. Okay, I'm going to install it. And guys, so today in this class we have successfully migrated the data from production instance to dev instance, and we are migrating the data from bulk as well as we are doing it for an individual project. And then I wanted to migrate the data from production to cloud. How to do that? I will discuss that part in the next class. Okay, so is it okay to take the class today evening? If you all are okay, then I can take a class today evening. Lakshmi, are you okay with the today's class, evening class?
Okay, sir. Evening.
Javed,
Yes, sir.
Sumant, are you okay?
Yes, sir, I am okay, but at what time, sir?
Around at 4 or 5 o'clock.
Okay, sir, it will be fine.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Around 5 o'clock. Okay, sir.
Pramod. Okay,
Yeah.
I will take a class for migrating the data from production to cloud, how to migrate. So this is also complete real time. Okay, whatever the steps we are performing, it's everything is in real time only. Okay, so I will show you that steps today evening at 5 o'clock. We will take a class, and then we are almost done. And then the last class is about the Confluence, how to work with Confluence. That's an advanced class. I will discuss to you tomorrow morning.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay.
Sir, tomorrow is the last class, sir.
Yes, and also you can reach out to me whenever you need any kind of help.
Okay. Oh. Murthy Anna told me to come tomorrow, so that's why I'm coming tomorrow, sir.
No problem. You can come tomorrow after class. This is
Okay.
Sumanta.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Hmm.
And also anyone is nearby Bangalore can come to institute. There are a couple of placements also going on. You can check with Murthy. He will help you, or else he will guide you the next processing steps, how to proceed and all. Okay, I'm just trying to install it again. If it is not getting installed also, no need to worry about it. So this is just a normal add-on, third-party add-on. And once you install it, you can easily identify the steps in it. But this is the project configurator is the add-on which is available in the market. So whatever the steps we have performed, so the same kind of steps you can perform it by using this add-on. Though so in this add-on, like you can do it simply in 1 or 2 clicks. However, just now we have discussed everything in without an add-on. Many companies don't like to purchase any add-ons for this kind of activities. So all those companies would like to do it manually. So that's the reason I have explained you about manually. If anyone wants to use it, you have the clear documentation for project configurator from project configurator side. You can just follow the documentation as well to migrate the data. And also one more add-on is there. The name of the add-on is Configuration Manager for Jira. So you can use any one of the following add-ons in order to perform this migration activity. So we have successfully migrated our data from production to test instance. And also remember guys, we are using the configurator, project configurator add-on. This add-on should be there in both production and test instance, then only we can perform this action called export and import. Okay, now that add-on has been installed successfully, again I need to come out, log out and log in and again do it. So every time whenever we get this kind of challenge, simply log out, log in back and perform this action. And 5 more minutes guys, we are almost done with this class. Okay, if I click on free trial, it will ask us to get the license. We can get the license. Applying the license. Okay, now we have license. See here left side project configurator, export project